Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. I want to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show for today. All right, we got James Clark with us. Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-host. Ninos is in the center square today. Alex Smart, Shane Mickle, and Big Al McMordie. And here's how they're going to line up for this evening. Smart, Ninos, McMordie, Mickle, Ruffolo, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, ready for the day? Another big card from college hoops.
I think maybe the biggest of the midweek portions in terms of quantity, but still, I don't think anything's going to really get us ready for that Saturday card. I think it might be the biggest card of the season.
Looks that way. All right, let's go. Let's get the show started and welcome Alex Smart to the Drive-Thru. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs, where he's doing fantastic work. Alex, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Tony?
Fantastic. All right, here we go. We're going to the NBA tonight here at 7:30 Eastern Time. TNT Mavericks to host the Suns. The Suns 2.5, total 216.5.
Yeah, so what we saw today from all the money and the way the market moved this, it continually moved up as the day went along. We started 13 or so, and we're moving into the 216 range, and 216.5 seems to be a common denominator here across the board. But I still think there's plenty of value for where this market has moved the total. And, you know, from a layman's perspective, you sort of look at this game and you say to yourself, well, there's so many under trends here. There's this Dallas team, such a great defensive team. But, you know, I'll tell you one thing with Phoenix. Phoenix is a way of making teams play to their pace. They've been off for a few days now. This is a fresh team that can light up the board. And they're going to try to take Dallas out of their comfort zone, and they're going to push the tempo. You got to remember, this is the 7th ranked pace in the league with Phoenix, and the 3rd ranked offensive output points per game. So they're going to really push on this defensive-minded Dallas team and bring them out of their comfort zone is what I'm predicting. And as the lines makers have predicted, it's a close game. So we're going to see points on both ends of the board. And I think Dallas is, as long as Doncic is 100% healthy tonight, going to be able to push this game into over territory.
All right, Alex, going to go over here. Mavericks and Suns over 216.5. All right, Chris, we do see that Ayton continues to be injured here. Their rim protector for the Suns.
I was going to say, and don't you tell me that JaVale McGee is going to protect the rim, because it's not happening tonight. But no, I do like the over as well, because you look at games that the Suns have played since the calendar turned to 2022. Of their 8 games, 4 have seen the Suns score at least 120 points. They put up 135 to get even a game over with the Detroit Pistons of all teams. So I know the Mavericks are a better defensive team, much better defensively, but again, 216.5 seems too low. I think this one gets to the 220s. So
yeah, when you look at the Suns here, they've won 7 of 8, Alex, and you see they're scoring offensively in this period, 118 points per 100 possessions. So they're putting the ball in the hole.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where I think it's going to go. And like I said, I really believe that the Suns will bring the heat here on a few days rest. So it should be interesting.
All right, Mavericks Suns over 216.5. This one will have a start time 7:30 Eastern Time. TNT will televise this one. All right, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs, where Alex Smart is doing fantastic work here. Past 30 days, you see the numbers now: 2,692 units of profit past 30 days. All documented showing profit for this year. The past 7 days, coming off the 24 hours. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, we've got some college hoops tonight, and we've got a key NBA selection, and I'm really looking forward to this NFL weekend too. I'm gonna have action from 3 games this weekend, and they will be posted overnight. So join me this weekend too.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Alex Smart over at Pig Dog Premium. See the numbers, doing fantastic work here. Also showing great profit this year in college hoops, documented here at 1355 in units production. Also NFL 1334. Why not go ahead and get a long-term pass from Alex? He has action on the board tonight if you want to give him a shot, but your best value here is your 30-day all sports pass for 1 month. Get every play from Alex Smart for the next 30 days. It includes all his NFL. It'll take you all the way to the Super Bowl, as well as NBA, college basketball. Get you right into deep February there with into conference play. NHL as well. 30-day all sports pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can add a second capper with your 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Alex, it's always great to have you on the show. Continue that success as we know you will, and we'll talk with you next week.
Have a great football weekend, guys. Take care.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on our coverage here. Join with Chris. Now it's time to welcome, we're going to go into the Skype world and welcome El Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He also does work with Joe Madden on that Puck in Crazy show from the NHL, where he's doing fantastic work this year in the NHL. So let's go ahead and bring in Al right now. Al, what's happening?
Well, I'm pretty good in the Skype world here. How are you in the rest of the world?
It's going well, going well. You're orbiting the show here in Skype. All right, here we go. Al, NBA League Pass Channel has the Knicks to host the Pelicans here. Knicks now up to a 4.5, total 216.5.
Yeah, coming off a 12-point loss to the Celtics. They've been struggling lately, not looking too good at all. But the Knicks coming off a couple losses themselves, you could look at the total here with both teams playing to the under for most of the season. I think that's a strong play. We've seen Pelicans offense disappear a little bit in a couple of games. But I actually do think they match up decently well with the Knicks, and I think they come out here to play and show up a little bit in New York. Taking the points with the Pelicans here, but it's a very strong lean to the under as well.
All right, Al's going to look here. Pelicans plus 4.5 against the Knicks. Looking under, I like under 2 in this one. Only no injury news here is Graham. He does average about 14 points a game, still questionable. But we haven't seen Reddish yet in a Knicks uniform, and Rose out. Noel has been out all the time. But again, it's the issue we see with these Knicks over and over again is that they can't pull away from teams. They struggle. We saw them in that Minnesota game. When you see their play here with New York, they've lost both games on this homestand. 22nd in offensive efficiency in this homestand, just 104 points per 100 possessions.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Graham injury, which is interesting timing on that one because he had been struggling coming into that matchup. So it's interesting to see how the team responds to if he sits out, if he does sit out, how they respond to that. But again, if he does play, obviously it's better to have as many healthy players as you can. But again, I just think, as you said, they don't really pull away from teams too often. Knicks, they can again keep games close with a lot of teams on most nights, but I'm not going to try to lay too many points with them either. So I'm taking the points here.
All right, Ninos here on Pelicans, plus 4.5 here against the New York Knicks. This one, 7:30 Eastern Time, off TNT. Of course, no Zion, so all the Pelicans games are moving off national TV. They're going to be NBA League Pass Channel. All right, we saw the Zion show plenty. We don't need to see any more of him. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got a few from the NBA. A huge card here from College Hoops. We've got some NHL on the board as well. 926 units of profit over at Pick Dogs Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
Sounds like you're more of a fan of the John Morant show, huh? So yeah, I like it too. But yeah, over on the premium side, I got quite a few plays tonight. I do have a 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, but I also have a 3-pack in the NHL as well as a 3-pack in college basketball. So get a long-term pass if you want all those plays. It's definitely your best deal there. Pair me up with another capper you see on the show for an even better deal.
That's right, guys. Get on board here. El Ninos. See the numbers in NHL, 926 units of profit. That is all documented. So if you go to Pick Dogs Premium, you go to Al's profile page, you can scroll down to where it says Pick History, and that's where all the plays are released there. We can see Al's plays and records there. Of course, they're graded immediately there for documentation, so you can verify the plays. Over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, Al has, he's got plays from the NHL as well as alphabets. He's got a 3-pack up there for you. If you can get that for $40, or if you prefer go long-term with that, we're talking about that 7-day all sports pass because that'll lock in for the NFL. The divisional round of the playoffs here, Saturday and Sunday, so that will get you those plays from Al, his premium plays from the NFL divisional rounds, as well as all his hoops and hockey coverage for 7 days. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again likely tomorrow. But I also know you do contribute to that Puck and Crazy show.
Yeah, I try to make it on there as often as I can. So far on there Wednesdays and Thursdays, but check it out every day. I should get some Puck and good picks, and yeah, it's always a good time there. So check it out, and yeah, and also
The weekends.
The weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yes,
right.
yeah, I like that when you sprawl a little bit with Mitch there on the weekend,
That's
Saturday,
always
Sunday at 10 a.m. All right, go back to bed. We'll talk to you a little bit. Next, we'll talk to you too.
Just getting up, ready to.
You're just
crush
waking
the
up, yeah.
turkey
You
tomorrow.
start your day, right? That's where you go. All right, Al. Have a good one. Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue coverage here with Chris. Guys, reminder: be sure to subscribe to our channel. I think everybody knew that he was in a nap. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, free, because people in the chat room were talking about it. Maybe he said it on the Joe Madden show. Be sure to subscribe. Free picks every single day. Of course, guys, it all gets started 10 a.m. Eastern time every day. It's Mitch, of course, his 7 picks in 5 minutes, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, the weekends, it's Joe Madden and Mitch with all the cappers. And of course, we got the Joe Madden show, 11 a.m. Eastern time, flanked by Rod Zawacki, Brian Butler during the week. Then we got the soccer show, Ashley and Goran. Then, of course, Joe Madden with that Puck and Crazy show. And then we're here Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time with the drive-thru. Now, we always ask for your help, guys. Help us build up our audience with those likes, those thumbs up, because it helps us out a lot.
Don't knock the nap. I just took one in the green room for about 5 minutes, but no, Tony's 100% right. Those likes, those thumbs up, at the end of the day, they help us so much, because at the end of the day, without your guys' love and support, there is no Pick Dogs. We wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you for the love and support. Keep it coming in, and to show you guys how much we appreciate it, let's do another like goal today. 2-team college basketball parlay for 150 likes. Get the likes in, we'll get you the plays during the recap.
That's right. Keep those likes, those subs up coming. And all right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go. Let's welcome to the show Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, this time of the year, with all this college basketball going on, heck, there is no sleep, Big Al. It's just nothing but naps.
I wish I could take a nap. There is that. You're absolutely right. It's whatever. It's a labor of love, as you know, Tony.
It certainly is. All right, Big Al, let's take a look at the game from you tonight. We're going at 9 Eastern time to the Big East as Butler will host UConn. UConn favor on the road, 7.5, total of 127.5.
And you know, Tony, these two teams actually met 2 days ago in Connecticut, and the Huskies won that ball game by 17 points. So this is a quick revenge match for Butler. And when you take a look at over the years, when teams play back-to-back games against each other, there's a slight edge, of course, to the team that lost the first meeting. They've gone 562 and 507 against the spread. So initially, you always want to look at the team that lost that meeting when the teams play back-to-back games. Butler has a very good home court. They're 94 and 27 straight up, and they're 61 and 48 ATS at home the past 8 years. And I do like Butler in this game, especially because they're getting 7.5 points. When you can get a winning team, right now Butler has a 9-8 record. So when you get a winning team that's off back-to-back losses, Butler also lost by 40 points 2 games back, and that team's playing with revenge and getting 5.5 points more. Those teams have cashed 61% against opponents off straight up and against the spread wins, which is the situation here. So I do like Butler in this revenge match, and I look for them to snap their losing streak tonight.
All right, Big Al here. Going to take Butler plus 7.5 against UConn. All right, Chris, it is Butler on the court again here. Looks like it's their third game in 5 days with this COVID rescheduling.
Yeah, it's what I think we had to come to expect from the scheduling. But I mean, I was looking at the over here because I think what was it? Tony was 126.5 or something like that in the 127 range. And just if you have Butler to cover it, you don't need a whole lot from either side. You can get both teams in the 60s and get over that number. Or if you were expecting a blowout, you don't even need that much from Butler as well. But I do lean towards Butler with the points, but I like the over a little bit better here.
All right, Butler plus 7.5 against UConn. And this one will have a start time, 9 p.m. Eastern time over on Fox Sports 1. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where Big Al McMordie doing fantastic work here the past 30 days, 911 units of profit, all documented. We've got a few from the NBA, good college hoops card, NHL as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got too much going on, Tony. I've got 9 college basketball plays for tonight. Separated them into 3 triple packs. So I've got a triple pack of home teams, a triple pack of road teams, and then I've got my 3-dog night package. And then I also have one playing the NBA. That's my TV game of the week in the Dallas-Phoenix matchup. And then I have a hockey play. And then the stuff on the weekends already posted for the NFL, including my 5-star NFL Game of the Year. I don't have many 5-stars, as you know. I haven't had a 5-star yet this NFL season. I did have 3 of them in college, including our 5-star Game of the Year on Oklahoma State over Notre Dame. This weekend, it's my NFL Game of the Year. Last season, I had 1 5-star. It was a regular season play on the Chargers over the Falcons, which won. So these are pretty rare plays, and this is an extremely strong game. And besides my NFL Game of the Year, I also have 2 other playoff games posted, and we're wrapping up our 10th straight winning year in the NFL, so it's been another good season.
Very good season here from Big Al McMordie. Guys, get on board. You see the numbers, 911 units of profit past 3 days. That is all documented. Lots of action on the board here. Several 3-packs here from Big Al over at Pick Dogs Premium. My recommend to you right now is getting Big Al's 1-month all sports pass. 30 days of premium plays from Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. That will get you covered for the remainder of the NFL playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl. We've got the NBA as well. College basketball that'll take you well into late February as we're deep into conference season. All that NHL coverage as well. 1-month all sports pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You could add a second capper with your 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Big Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you next week. But I also know you contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, I'm there every Saturday and Sunday. I missed this past Sunday because we were going to Big Bear, and I missed, I guess, yesterday as well with you guys, so I'm sorry about that. But I'll be back on the shows this Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll be back with you guys next Wednesday and Thursday.
Great. We'll look forward to that. We'll tune in to Big Al's contributions on the weekend shows, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Al, have yourself a great night. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris. Good luck to you guys.
All right, Big Al McMordie here on The Drive. We'll continue our coverage here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goals?
I'm telling you, we're making progress. We still got a bit of work to do, though. 44 likes. We need 150. We got 116. So the sooner we get those, less work we got to do later on. But still, get those likes in. Doesn't cost you a cent. It helps us out a ton. But yeah, we need 150 likes. We're at 45 right now.
All right, guys, keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-thru. It's Shane Mickle now on the drive-thru. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic. All right, we got you again here. Big Ten action, 7 Eastern time. We got Indiana to host Purdue. Purdue road favorites 3.5 total, down to 141.5.
Yeah, this number's climbed down, or I guess gone down a little bit, but I still like the under here in this game. You know, the big problem with Purdue, I mean, they're a great offensive team, but their stats are a little overinflated, especially since they started Big Ten play. You know, last game they scored 96 against Illinois, but that was with double overtime. At the end of regulation, only had 69 points. The only game they went over 74 points in Big Ten play was against Nebraska. Nebraska is a terrible defensive team. And they're facing an Indiana team here that can really defend. They're giving up only 62 points per game. And I think Indiana's going to really slow down the pace in this one. I think Purdue does get to that 75 number, but with Indiana, losing by at least a few points here, I still like the under. Take the under in this game.
All right, Shane's going to go under here with Indiana Purdue, 141.5 on Fox 1. All right, Chris, we see the Hoosiers really good in Big Ten defensive efficiency. They're sitting second best as their home team's just 29% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and I think that's a big reason as to why I actually took Indiana with the points tonight. I just think this is a battle, and whenever I looked at this game, I kept seeing a 2-point game either way. I think that there was something to that double overtime game with Illinois. I think Purdue, I think is going to get in some trouble, and they're going to be in some dogfights in Big Ten play, and going on the road and winning in the Big Ten, never easy. So I took the points with Indiana tonight.
All right, looking under. And Woodson here with Indiana. Shane, when you saw Atlanta's turnaround, Woodson helped make that team more competitive, basically with defense, and it's kind of what seems he's doing the same thing here with Indiana.
Yeah, I definitely had questions when Indiana's hired him, but get a couple of his recruiting classes in here. I think Indiana's in a good spot with him, especially on the defensive end. Play that, especially against when you got teams like Purdue, Iowa. It's a good match. It's good to have some good defense in the Big Ten. Yeah,
no doubt. Of course, if Michigan State becomes Michigan State, Ohio State, it's good to have board with those guys. All right, Purdue, Indiana under 141.5. This one will have start time 7 Eastern time, Fox Sports 1. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're doing fantastic work. We're highlighting here the NFL. We're 949 units of profit. We got a big football weekend coming up, but tonight we got a lot of college hoops on the board, a few from the NBA, some hockey. What do you have going on over at the site?
A couple different 3-packs tonight. My first one, my 3 best college basketball plays. My second package, Has that my best college basketball play out of that package, an NBA play and an NHL play. Both of those are $39.99. Or like Tony said, my NFL's been strong all season. Had another really strong weekend last weekend. So hop on, get that 7-day pass, and let's win together this weekend in the NFL too.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers in the NFL, 949 units of profit. It's all documented, like we said. Go to Shane's profile page over at Pick Dogs Premium. Scroll to the bottom is where pick history is. You can see every play that's released, showing profit here, coming off a nice day yesterday, showing great profit over the past 30 days. So don't forget, Shane Mickle was number 1 in the NBA last year, and 2 years ago he was number 2. So a good person to follow here and pick up plays here in the NBA as well with Shane Mickle. And tonight, well, he's got some 3-packs. A couple of them over at Pick Dogs Premium, as Shane was talking about that. Instead of buying these picks individually or separate 3-packs, just go ahead and get that 7-day all sports pass. Very affordable pricing there. You'll get 7 days of plays here from Shane Mickle, about $20 a day. That's very affordable there. You get all his plays for 7 days, all his NBA, all his college hoops, NHL, and of course, the NFL divisional round of the playoffs are in play here because we have 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. You see the performance here from Shane in the NFL has been red hot, doing fantastic work throughout the season. 7-day all sports pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with Shane. By the way, you can add a second capper to that, even greater value there. All right, Shane, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. And I also know you do contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, I do. I will be on Saturday and Sunday with the weekend shows. And one more thing before I leave, I haven't been putting out UFC on my premium plays. I don't think I'm going to start, but I do have a couple premium level UFC plays I'll be releasing on my Twitter this weekend for the big UFC card. Shane Mickle is my Twitter handle over there.
All right, check out Shane Mickle's Twitter handle. Let's get those UFC plays. I know there's a good card coming up this weekend. All right, Shane, continue that success, and we'll talk again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, Shane Mickle here on The Drive. We'll continue on here with the Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goals?
Yeah, Tony, an absolutely loaded UFC card tomorrow. Maybe that'll be our like goals, a UFC 270 parlay. But for today, we got the 2-leg college basketball parlay. We're getting there. We got 65 likes, got 142 people watching. So definitely keep those likes coming in. We're almost halfway there. But if everyone was just watching right now, just hit the like button. We would be so close to getting you that parlay. So hit that like button. Doesn't cost you anything, and we'll get you those plays during the recap.
Let's get those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue now on the drive-through, and I believe it's now time for Chris. Yes, Chris, front and center. College, of course, it's a Chris game right here, right? 8 Eastern time, ESPN Plus has New Orleans versus Southeastern Louisiana. Yes, that's a team. At 8 Eastern time, New Orleans here. Privateers laying 3, total 153.5.
Yeah, and Tony, I think it says something when we go this deep into the college basketball card that no game is off limits for us, not even the Southland Conference. But I can tell you guys right now, this is a game that almost, and when I mean almost, it was a shade away from making the premiums. Because New Orleans is one of, I think, the best kept secrets in college basketball. You look at what this team has done during conference play. Privateers allowing just 84.1 points per 100 possessions. They're only allowing teams to shoot 20.8% from 3 in conference play. Teams are shooting 50% from the line, but really New Orleans has no control over that. But they're only allowing teams to shoot 51.1% from 2-point range. That's just some fantastic defensive numbers. Now, I get it, Southeastern Louisiana, not necessarily a team that you really think about right off the hop. And, this team is 1-4, though, against the spread in their last 5 games as an underdog. Head-to-head, this is a bit of an anomaly, but, the home team, the favorite, 6 and 8 meetings. But New Orleans' personal trends against the spread have been downright dominant. 15-3 against the spread in their last 18 home games. 14-2 against the spread in their last 16 home games against a team with a losing road record. 10-2 in their last 12 against the spread as a home favorite. The Privateers just killing the spread at home and only laying 3 points just seems like an absolute gift. This seems almost like a game that maybe the odds makers just weren't paying any sort of attention to. I'm taking New Orleans laying the points in this one.
All right, Chris, look at New Orleans here. You just look at the defensive numbers here, and it's just like, Southeastern Louisiana in their conference game giving up nearly 48% shooting. And when you look here at the Privateers here, the defense has been fantastic, but 40% last 5 games, 41 in conference, 39 at home. Both teams can shoot the ball well, but it really comes down to the one team playing defense, the other isn't.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at just conference numbers from an efficiency standpoint, 0.1 points per 100 possessions is what separates these two teams. But when you look at the defensive efficiency, it's New Orleans by a mile. Like I said, 84.1 points per 100 possessions. I know it's against the Southland, but that's almost elite level. And, I mean, Southeastern Louisiana, not terrible in their own right, but still allowing 9.1 points more per 100 possessions, and we're only being asked to give up 3 points. That's where I'm at in this one. That's why I got to take New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans, and they're the home team. You're getting it with the home team here. All right, New Orleans laying 2.5 against Southeastern Louisiana. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time. This one will be on ESPN Plus. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium, where you're doing fine work in the NFL as well. 1,004 units of profit from the NFL. Of course, we've got the NFL weekend coming up, but still a lot of college hoops action here the next 3-4 days. So what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight I got a couple of 3-packs lined up. I've got my Thursday Throwdown, and as well as my X Marks the Spot 3-pack. We brought that one back, one of the more profitable packages we've had in the past. 3 games that I think the books tried to bury on the boards. Well, I dug up the treasure and I found it for you guys. Or the Thursday Throwdown at 3 picks that are going to absolutely posterize your book. Both of those $39.95, or for an extra $10 more, you can get 3 days worth of plays. All the plays from tonight, as well as Friday, and likely both days of the NFL football on the weekend, because we usually get those plays in early, as well as that loaded basketball card on Saturday. This is the time to hop on long term, because even if you just go in 3 days, the amount of plays that you're going to get from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and like I said, potentially Sunday, depending on how early we get those games in, is some of the best value that you find over at Pick Dogs. So also the 7-day, 3-day, all the way up to a year, whether it's just with me or someone else part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. You can pair me up with Tony, Big Al, Little Al, anyone that you see on the shows, Shane, anybody. Pair us up. We're going to make you some money. Go over to Pick Dogs Premium and check it out.
That's right, guys. I get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 1,004 units of profit, all documented. Visit the profile page. Go down to Pick History. You can see everything there. It's all transparent. Tonight at Pick Dogs Premium, we got a couple of 3-packs here from Chris. But as Chris was saying, instead of going that route, why don't you just go ahead and buy the 3-day All Sports Pass? That amounts to about $30 a day, the price of this individual play per day. So why don't you get on board with that? Get every play from Chris for the next 3 days. That includes all his action from tonight, the action Friday, and of course that huge Saturday card where we have NBA, we got college basketball on the Saturday card, the NFL divisional round of the playoffs. I know Chris was having all those plays in Saturday, so if you get that 3-day All Sports Pass, you'll get not only the Saturday action, but the Sunday games will be also loaded in. Because when the 3-day passes, if these guys put the picks in on Saturday, well, if it's a Sunday game he puts in for Saturday, it'll be there in your members area. So go ahead and get that 3-day All Sports Pass right now from Chris. $89, all his plays for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That includes all the divisional playoff games, because he'll have those Sunday games in there for you Saturday. So those 3-day passes won't get those picks. All right, let's continue on here on the drive. We're joined by Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
I'll tell you, we're making progress. We're still a little bit of ways out. We got 86 likes. We need 150 for those for the 2-leg college basketball parlay tonight. 191 people watching. So for everyone that was watching right now, just hit that like button. You'd already have that parlay. So get those likes in. Don't wait. Doesn't cost you anything. You just got to scroll down and hit the like button, and we'll get you those plays during the recap. All
right, guys, hit the like, those thumbs up, keep them coming in. And by the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. James Clark will help us out with that. Speaking of James, he's up next. James, how you doing?
Pretty good, guys. How y'all tonight?
Fantastic. All right, here we go, 7:30 Eastern time. We've got Colorado here in the Pac-12 hosting USC on Pac-12 Network, with the Trojans laying 2 on the road, total 137.
Yeah, guys, you look at this game here, Colorado has beat USC 7 times. The last 7 times they played. And also the last time they played, Colorado knocked UCLA or USC out of the tournament with a dunk with 3 seconds left to go, knocked them out of the tournament. Guys, this USC team, a struggle here of late. They had to play 3 of their last 5 games. They had played 3 games in 5 days, coming back off of COVID. When they started back on January 6th. And I look for this team. I look for this to be a blowout. I love USC here. They're ranked high in defensive 3-pointers. And Colorado is one of the worst 3-point shooting team. They are in college basketball. They're ranked 260 in the country. I just it should have been a premium play, guys. I love USC tonight. I look for them to blow them out. Most of the players that was on the team that got knocked out of the tournament on USC's team from the last game that was on the tournament when Colorado dunked and beat them are still there. The coaches are reminding these players. I just look for USC to come out and dominate this game, guys.
All right, James Clark here on the Trojans here laying the 2 against Colorado. All right, Chris, what say you in this one? Of course, one thing with USC, their strength is really on the glass, defending the paint. One of the weaknesses here for Colorado is scoring inside.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I was looking at the under tonight personally. I mean, the over 4-0 in USC's last 4 games, but Colorado's offense has fallen off a cliff since that hot start to the year. They've been lucky to get 70 points per game in their last 5, and I think this one's the first of 65 kind of wins. And USC's been thriving with their defense this season, so I look for this one to go under the total.
All right, Chris looks under. James on USC laying 2 against Colorado. This one will have a start time 7:30 Eastern time, Pac-12 Network. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium. We do showing profit in the NBA. Of course, we got a few from the NBA tonight, but a huge college basketball card. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Guys, I took it like tonight. I got a 3-pack. I got 1 NBA and 2 college basketball games that I really love. Go grab this 3-pack, and if we go 3-0, guys, upgrade 3-7 or 30 days, or like I say every time we're on the show, guys. Excuse me, guys. On the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm board here with James Clark over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the numbers here in the NBA coming, showing profit also the past 30 days. 3-pack right now over at Pick Dodge Premium. 1 NBA and 2 college hoops here from James. But again, we're talking about that 3-day all sports pass. Why not go with James for 3 days here? Get all of his plays for the next 3 days. All the hoops action. The NFL divisional rounds, big games here on Saturday. Get those Sunday games on Saturday for you in the members area, so you get you covered there with that 3-day all sports pass over at Pick Dodge Premium. By the way, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. What was James's pick? Someone asked. It was USC here laying the 2. All right, James. As always, great having you on the show. We'll talk with you in a little bit here on the recap.
And also, guys, for us to get that 150 likes, I'm going to throw out some NBA props. I know there's only 3 games, but I got 3 props that I really love, the parlay, guys, that I really think that'll hit. So the splash the pot, guys, let's hit that thumbs up, get 150, and I'll throw in 3 NBA player props that I really love.
All right, we've got James here splashing the pot. All right, James, we'll talk with you a little bit. All right, let's continue on the drive-through. Chris, where did we say with our like goal?
We're making progress again. We're at 114 likes. We got 36 more to go. 208 people watching. So keep those likes coming in, and we'll get you the plays during the recap.
That's right, guys. So let's get those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Again, we'll recap all the plays after my pick, and we'll go here to it is my turn, right? It is my turn. So let's go ahead and go here and get my game information up for you right now. We're going to go over here to college basketball. I'm going against a team I've been going against a lot this season because of their play, and let's go ahead and get that information up for you right now. SMU on the road here to face Memphis, 7 Eastern time. Memphis here is laying 6. The total sits here at 149, and I'm going to go ahead and take the road underdog here with SMU here at plus the 6 points. And the profile for Memphis is one I'm not a big fan of, but let's start here with the Mustangs here. They're 4-1 in conference play. On the road, they have wins at Tulsa and Tulane. They do have a loss at Cincinnati. They're 3rd in both offensive and defensive efficiency against the AAC. They secured the basketball, kind of above average shooting team in conference, good on the defensive glass and defending the paint. But Memphis, a team that's 3-3 in conference, all of their losses did come on the road, but they failed to cover both their home conference games. And this is a profile I don't like in college basketball. This is a team with good recruits, but again, they're a sloppy team. High turnovers. They only make 64% at the free throw line in conference. And on defense, they don't defend the perimeter, allowing 38% from beyond the arc. This is a profile I just dislike a lot, Chris. When you're sloppy, you don't make your free throws, and you don't defend the perimeter. I'm going to take SMU here plus the 6.
Yeah, I remember early on in the season, or before the season even started, Memphis was talked about as a national championship contender, and now it's just, I can't buy into the hype. I'm with you. I'm on SMU plus the 6. I think SMU's got a chance to win this game outright. I'm off the hype train with the Memphis Tigers. Penny Hardaway is just, he's a great coach with some great players, but it's just not coming together.
And again, it could be another disappointment. We saw the non-conference schedule; they didn't play well, and again, they got snubbed from the NCAA tournament. And what did they do? They laid an egg again in the non-conference. They didn't get the wins they needed to, and here we are in a situation where they may have to run the table in the AAC tournament to get in the NCAA tournament. And with this profile, with the sloppiness, the turnovers, the missed free throws, you're not guarding the 3. That's a recipe for disaster with all this talent on this team.
Yeah, I mean, you summed it up perfectly. I can't really add much else to that, because this whole season has almost felt like a disaster for Memphis, even though they're still hanging around above 500. This is a Memphis team that, like I said, had Final Four expectations, if not a national championship, and it's not working. This is not the Memphis team of years past. This is a Memphis team that might be lucky to be on the bubble in this tournament.
Yeah, and you thought that snub from the NCAA tournament would have wakened the team up, right? I mean, that would have been what they needed, because on paper, this is the same profile they had last year.
Yeah, you would think so, and that's why Penny Hardaway, went to work and tried to get in the top tier recruits and bring in guys via the transfer portal. And he's got great players. Emily Bates, he's got Landers Nolly, who was a former Virginia Tech stud. And it's not working. And there's no explanation for it. There's no logical explanation other than the fact that the ball is just not going in the hoop enough, and the Tigers aren't making the stops. Why Memphis keeps getting these lines with respect from odds makers is just beyond me.
Yeah, beyond me. SMU plus 6 here against SMU. This one will have a start time of 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can find it over on the ESPN networks. I believe it's one of the ESPN channels here. If it's not you, it's on the ESPN Plus. You'll find it somewhere, because they just love to show Memphis on television all the time. So you'll find it on your app. Check your app. No, actually it's ESPN2. ESPN2 will televise this one. All right, Penny, you got another chance here before they throw you on ESPN Plus. All right, guys, I have a 3-pack over at Pick Dogs Premium, so check me out right now on the site. I got my best 3 college basketball card, 3 best basketball plays up there for you on a 3-pack. Also have an NBA play up there as well. I got an early starter from college hoops as well, offered individually. I got 5 plays for you up there. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match me up with James, with Chris, Ninos, Big Al McMordie, Shane Mickle. Your 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over there at Pick Dogs Premium. I have my 3, 7, and 30 sports pass right now on the site. All right, let's continue now here on the drive-thru with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our light goal?
Tony, you got me thinking. Is it worse for ESPN Plus or CBS Sports Network? Because I could see Memphis going to either one right now, but I'm not sure at this point. But we got 130 likes right now. We need 20 more. Got 236 people watching to get all the plays during the recap. So get those likes coming in. We appreciate each and every single one. But to get our like goal, 150.
We need 150, guys. So let's get those thumbs up coming in. We got a lot. James Clark just splashed the pot for you guys too as well. So let's get those likes, thumbs up coming in. All right, let's take a look here at our picks from today. We started off with Alex. He said take the Suns, Mavericks over 216.5. Al Ninos, Pelicans plus 4.5 against the Knicks. Big Al McMordie says Butler here. Plus 7.5 against UConn. Shane was on Purdue, Indiana, under 141.5. Chris was on New Orleans, might lay in 3 to 2.5 here against Southeastern Louisiana. James was on USC, laying 2 against Colorado. Yours truly, SMU plus 6 against Memphis. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, once again, you saved the best for last. I got to go with SMU plus the 6 against Memphis. I think that's a 2-point game if SMU doesn't win that game outright.
All right, we got there one here for SMU. Let's go over to James. James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I gotta go with little Al's pick here with the Pelicans here. I can't trust the Knicks as far as I can throw them. And this Pelican team's playing pretty good here with Ingram back and healthy. They're playing pretty decent. They play teams decent when Ingram's healthy. So Pelicans getting plus 4. I like it.
Yeah, there's a couple of them I really like here, and I'm gonna go again with El Ninos' play here with the Pelicans plus 4.5 against the Knicks. It's just hard to back the Knicks in this laying points, especially when you got Ingram in the lineup. At least they can get some offense, and that's something that's really lacking here with the Knicks, has been their offensive production. All right, our light goal here is 150, Chris. So where do we sit?
We sit at 144, Tony. We're on the cusp, but we're short.
We're short. So guys, let's get to one. We need a few more likes here. Can we get to the 150? Now, why don't you let them know if we get to what? We'll start with you, Chris. Don't tell them what they're getting, but let them know what they get if we get to the 150.
Well, you guys are going to get a 2-leg college basketball parlay for tonight. Two of the better games on the board, in my opinion, for tonight's action. 2 games I think we can definitely make some money with by parlaying them up.
All right, those 2 parlays. Let's get to 150. We're only 5 likes away. I think we're going to get there already. Okay, James, if we get to the 150, what are you giving them?
Guys, I got 3 player props that I really love. You know, it's not a big slate of games, but these players, you know, they've stepped up every time they played. So I really like it. Parlay these 3 up. I think it's a for sure winner. I really like these 3 plays.
All right, our audience stepped up. We got to our like goal, so let's go ahead and start with Chris.
All right. Well, the first leg of the parlay tonight, Tony, we're going to go with the under in Chattanooga and UNC Greensboro. Now, these are the 2 of the slowest paced teams in the country. The Mocs, 334th in adjusted tempo. UNC Greensboro, 349th. They both, average about 20 seconds per possession on offense. They use a ton of the shot clock, and both play some pretty good defense as well. Now, I think this is just simply put, a game that's probably going to finish close to, but not higher than 120. I think this is a 64 to 56 kind of game, whichever way you slice it. But either way, I'm taking the under in Chattanooga and UNC Greensboro. And the other game, well, I'm going to be taking the Arizona Wildcats, laying the 9.5 against Stanford. I know it's a conference game. Stanford's playing fairly well. You never really want to lay points like that on the road in a tough road environment like Stanford. The thing is, from what I'm reading, there's going to be no fans in the stands for Stanford, which negates a lot of that home court advantage if that's the case. And even if there are fans in the stands, Stanford doesn't take care of the basketball. They're 344th in the country in turnover rate. This Wildcats team can get after you. They like to push it, and they like to blow past you. They like to put pressure. And I think that pressure is just going to be too much for a young Stanford team to deal with. So those would be the 2 plays for the parlay: the under in Chattanooga, UNC Greensboro, and the Arizona Wildcats laying the points.
All right, that was James Clark there with his, I'm sorry, we're going to get James Clark next, but that was Chris Ruffolo here with his 2-legged parlay. So let's go ahead and get in James Clark, as he is going to provide his player props here from the NBA. So let's go ahead and bring him in right now. We got to go all the way to get him here on the board. Here you go, James. What do you got?
Guys, you look at the Suns game, back about 6-7 games ago, Booker had back-to-back, had 15 of 13 games. Point game. Since that, he's been on a tear, guys. Getting over his points for the last 5 games. He's getting 25 points at halftime, and I look for him to do it here. His points is 25 to get 25, and I look for him to get it maybe first half, like he's been on fire. And then second game, I talked about Ingram earlier. With against the Knicks, Ingram's points is 22.5. I look for Ingram to get it here against the Knicks. Since Ingram's been back, he's been averaging 24.5 points a game. And when he's healthy in the lineup, this is a different team, and I look for him to get over his. And the last is the Warriors game. You look at this Klay Thompson. Until they raise Klay Thompson's points up to 20 points, I'm going to hit his every time. They got him at 15.5, guys. I really love Klay's over points here. So, Booker's over 25.5, Ingram's over 22.5, and Klay Thompson's over 15.5. You parlay those up, it's plus 658, guys. So let's hit that and let's cash it tonight, guys.
All right, let's catch it tonight there with James Clark. All right, we got you. We got the like goals. We appreciate everyone's contribution tonight from Chris as well. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have eight cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow it's just Mitch, and of course, you also have 7 free picks in 5 minutes. All right, let's bring in the crew from tonight. Wait, good night to everyone. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow live at 6